Why do anti-racist social movements seldom create systemic changes? Recent anti-racist social movements have re-energized conversations and debates over the systemic discrimination that visible ethno-racial groups have faced in the everyday. As these conversations advance in communities and organizations, it is worthwhile to take pause to see what the attendant effects such social movements have in the long term. The track record is not promising. Optimistically, anti-racist movements create social awareness about the discrepancies in the life course experiences between visible ethno-racial groups and non-minorities. Or in cruder and perhaps uncomfortably blunt terms, they attempt to create public consciousness about the advantages afforded to whites over non-whites that can be identified in numerous aspects of society. This may include differential treatment in education, the workplace environment, neighborhood quality, romantic relationships, pop culture representations, to even finding a bandage in your own skin tone. Some, especially those who are skeptical of such white privilege, may consider some of these advantages as trivial and pointless. After all, if the main purpose of a bandage is to seal a cut, does it matter what color it is? These micro-level factors point to the underlying privilege of whiteness being the societal norm. That is, the white population can reasonably expect to move through life knowing their needs and wants will be served no matter how trivial. And that government, market and civil society will prioritize them. Non-whites, on the other hand, exist on the margins. While their needs may be addressed in the best-case scenario, they are not the first priority. In the broadest sense, anti-racist movements aim to bring voice to such differential treatment in the everyday, and through awareness, especially amongst the white population, the intent is that systemic, positive changes will occur in the long term. It is moving from awareness to sustainable long-term action where anti-racist movements generally fail. Anti-racist movements seldom effectively address the main core reason why differential treatment continues to occur between whites and non-whites. They do not tackle the socio-economic variances between both groups. Nor frankly, are they equipped to, since they are inherently a social justice, conscious raising platform. The reality in many Western jurisdictions is that for every dollar a non-minority earns in the labor market, a visible ethnic minority will earn nearly 3/4 of that amount. There is a snowball effect on residential location. The non-minority group who earns $1 will live in different residential communities than the ethnic minority group who earns 75 cents. In other words, our residential location is generally a function of our income. This means that non-minorities and ethnic minority groups will have less opportunities to meaningfully interact with each other in their neighborhoods. We have known for the longest time this meaningful daily interaction is what generates the requisite psychological and social trust that eventually breaks down prejudicial, negative ethno-racial biases and sentiments. Interestingly, trust also plays a major role in the job search, hiring and promotion processes. Subsequently, an increase in the trust levels between non-minorities and ethnic minority groups will reduce income variations between them in the long run. The current economic penalty ethnic minorities face should be troubling to all. There is an underutilization of visible ethnic minorities' human capital which has a significant cost to the present and future economy. If the government spends $100 on a child's education irrespective of ethno-racial background, when they grow up and go into the labor market, an ethnic minority will earn $750 and a non-minority will earn $1,000 in the exact occupation. From a state investment standpoint, this is a major affront and failure. This scenario alone should be a motivator to spur action by government, private enterprises and civil society in the name of economic justice. In the process, it will address the social justice issues raised by anti-racist movements, and foster the systemic societal changes that are demanded and necessary.